In this quick start video, you will learn how to start up the Gaggia Brera to quickly make and customize espresso, coffee, and milk-based espresso beverages. Topics covered include initial setup and turn on, adjusting the coffee grinder, water and beans, coffee strength adjustment and using pre-ground coffee, how to make and program coffee drinks, and how to froth milk for milk-based espresso beverages. For additional information, please refer to the manual that came with your machine. Remove the protective film from the drip tray and slide it into the front of the machine. Remove the protective film from the display. The power cord attaches at the back of the machine. There's a main power switch in back. Push so the straight line side of the switch is in. With power turned on at the back of the machine, the standby button flashes red. Pushing the standby switch turns the machine on. Pushing again returns the machine to standby mode. For now, leave the machine in standby with the button flashing red. Prior to first use of the Gaggia Brera and before adding beans, adjust the grinder to the medium grind setting. This allows beans to properly enter the grinder when first used. The grind adjustment knob is located in the bean hopper. To adjust, push down the knob and turn to line up the middle of the 5 grind-sized dots as shown. After brewing a few coffees, you can make further adjustments to the grinder. If you tend to drink longer coffees, a medium to coarse grind setting is recommended. For espresso, we recommend a finer setting. Be aware that depending on the coffee used and coffee strength, a very fine setting may cause a slow or no brewing condition. Should this occur, adjust to a coarser setting. It is very important to adjust grind size in 1 dot increments only and brew at least 1 coffee in between each grind size adjustment. Please note it may take a few brewing cycles to obtain the full results of grind size changes as the Brera's specialized adaptive brewing system self-adjusts based on extraction analysis. The water reservoir pulls out of the lower left front of the machine. Prior to first use, rinse the reservoir and fill with water. Replace the reservoir in the machine. Turn the machine on by pressing the flashing standby button. The warning indicator and cup icon will flash in the display. To prime the machine, turn the steam and hot water selector to the cup icon. A small amount of water may dispense from the steam wand. Once the machine is primed, priming will not be required the next time the machine is turned on. When the 2-cup icon is displayed, priming is complete. Turn the steam and hot water selector back to the center position. The machine will now go through a warm-up cycle. During warm-up, it is normal for a small amount of water to be expelled from the coffee spouts as the machine rinses and preheats internal components. A similar rinse cycle happens when the machine is powered off to standby mode. While the machine is warming up, add some whole coffee beans to the bean hopper. Be aware that dark roasted beans with an oily surface or beans with a flavor coating should not be used in any super automatic espresso machine as they may clog internal components. Once warmed up with beans and water loaded, the machine will indicate it's ready to brew with the display showing a steam, coffee cups, and bean icons below which indicate coffee strength. To reduce lime scale buildup, descaling maintenance, and improve coffee flavor, use of an in-reservoir water filter is recommended. The Gaggia Brera uses the Mavia Intenza Plus water filter, which is sold separately. Please note the Brera must be primed and the filter pre-soaked following package directions prior to installation in the water reservoir. Coffee strength is selected prior to making any beverage using the bean button. There are 3 strength levels ranging from 1 bean in the display up to 3 beans, which indicates the strongest cup. Pressing the bean button cycles through the strengths. Once a strength is selected, that strength is stored and used for future brewing unless adjusted again. To use pre-ground coffee, press the bean button until the scoop icon is displayed. Fill the coffee scoop lightly with pre-ground coffee. Do not pack coffee in the scoop. Load the coffee into the bypass door on top of the machine. If the machine detects too much coffee, it may reject the dose. So again, be sure to fill the scoop lightly and do not compress the coffee in the scoop. Should the machine reject the dose, try again using less coffee. Espresso and long coffees are made using the two buttons on the left-hand side of the Gaggia Brera. These buttons can be programmed to deliver the volume of coffee desired. The default presets are approximately 1.5 ounces for espresso and about 4 ounces for the long coffee. Pressing a button once makes 1 coffee. Pressing either button 2 times rapidly will make 2 coffees, using 2 grind cycles to maintain full strength and flavor. To program either button to deliver a different amount of coffee, press and hold the button until the cup icon flashes in the display. Coffee will begin dispensing. Once the desired amount of coffee is dispensed, press the coffee button again to stop coffee delivery and store that amount. When reprogrammed, a button will deliver that amount of coffee each time it's pressed, unless reprogrammed. The Gaggia Brera is equipped with an auto-frothing panarello wand for frothing milk for beverages like cappuccinos and lattes. Please note, for proper frothing performance, the auto-frothing wand must be properly assembled and clean. Pay special attention to the air intake hole near the top of the wand. A partially clogged air intake or milk residue in other areas of the wand will cause poor frothing performance. To begin frothing, add some milk to a frothing pitcher. If using a 12-ounce pitcher, we recommend filling to just below the start of the spout. This leaves room for the milk to expand. Turn the steam and hot water knob to the steaming position. The steaming icon will flash on the display as the machine heats up to steaming temperature. While heating, small amounts of hot water and steam may dispense from the wand. When the icon stops flashing and turns solid, the machine will make a pumping sound and may dispense a small amount of water. Once no more water and only steam is coming from the wand, turn the knob back to the center position. Position the tip of the steam wand below the surface of the milk in the frothing pitcher. To begin frothing, turn the knob back to the steaming position. As the milk is frothed, maintain the tip position below the surface of the milk. For best frothing, find a position and angle for the wand that causes the milk to roll in the pitcher. When frothing, you can stop adding air by positioning the air intake hole below the surface of the milk. For a cappuccino-style froth, keep the air intake hole above the milk's surface. For a finer latte-style milk, you can position the air intake hole below the surface of the milk at some point during frothing to stop air from being added and continue to heat the milk. It is recommended to froth milk to a temperature of 140 to 150 degrees for best flavor. You can use a frothing thermometer or gauge the temperature by hand. You have reached 140 to 150 degrees when the outside of the frothing pitcher is close to the point of being slightly uncomfortable to hold due to heating. To finish frothing with the steam tip below the surface of the milk, turn the steam and hot water knob back to the center position. Remove the pitcher and wipe down the steam wand. To purge the wand of any residual milk, turn the knob back to the steaming position for a few seconds, and then back to the center position and wipe the wand again. To complete your milk-based espresso beverage, depending on your preference, either pour the frothed milk over a previously made espresso or brew an espresso into the frothed milk. That wraps up this quick start guide for the Gaggia Brera. For additional information, including regular maintenance items, please refer to the manual that came with your machine.